sure that that's good. Shalom, Akim, Shalom. You brothers, let us know if you can see us and you can hear us. All right, Khan. All right. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushua.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushua.
Barakatah
Barakatah Yahweh.
Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushua.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Rakah. Kudash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone, who still rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right, you brothers out there that's teaching His word in truth and in sincerity. Keep pushing. We almost up out of here. All right, on the brother Kazak to my left is
Ayashama.
All right, and today we're going to get into the promised blessings for obedience. Okay, go ahead out.
All right, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 1. It said, "Ye shall make no idols nor graven images, neither rear you up standing." I said, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord your power.
Right, man. So that's in the law. You know, you should not make you any graven images, you know. And basically, and you look at these other various camps. Well, you know what? Let's deal with just in the world in general. You know, you have these different Christians, okay, Roman Catholics, these different Christian denominations. They rear them up idols in the form of Caesar Borgia, which really is Serapis Christus. Mm-hmm. You know, the so-called white man depicting himself as the Messiah. You know, if you believe in that image, you're rearing you up an idol. All right? And you're going to be destroyed for that, man. Now, guys, they come up against us because certain brothers, you know, may have on some of their videos the depiction of Yahushua. You know, you'll see a dark-skinned man will have the picture or the image of a dark-skinned man, and you know he has the white woolly hair, you know, the white afro and the white woolly beard. Well, that's according to the scriptures. You know, that's according to the Holy Scriptures. You know, and at the same time, you don't see us, you know, bowing down to it, but we use that to show the truth. Okay, that's how he looks according to the Bible. That's how he's going to look when he comes back. It tells you when he comes back, we shall see him as he is. Okay, so you're supposed to believe on him according to what the scriptures say. That's the difference. All right, go ahead out.
Verse 2, "Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary."
And that's what you do when you come into the truth. Mm-hmm. Do you not keep the Sabbath? And by the way, the Sabbath is not Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. All right, the Sabbath is not Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. I got to say it again, man. And it's not the full moon. Okay, the Sabbaths are orchestrated according to the new moon. All right, you know, hey man, it's only one right way to do this thing, man. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead out.
And it says, "And reverence my sanctuary, I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai. If ye walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give you rain in due season, and the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit."
Yeah, man. So he's going to rain blessings upon you, beginning with the people. See, right now, he's raining this truth upon us, man. The truth is the living water. Mm-hmm. So right now, that will be the rain, but he's actually going to do this, man. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a very fruitful land. Mm-hmm. All right, a land full of all sorts of vegetation. All right, different farm animals. You know, and we're going to have plenty of cattle. And that's real riches. Okay? Not just paper money that's being devalued as we speak, man. All right? Brothers going to have real money, resources that can reproduce itself. Mm-hmm. That's real money. And that's why we're going to have slaves. That's also real money. Okay, go ahead out.
And just to get a precept,
Mm-hmm.
going to how he's raining the truth on us now, man. But it's going to lead, into the physical rain, the prosperity of our land, and our crops and livestock. This Deuteronomy 32:1. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain.
Mm-hmm.
My speech shall distill as dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, as the showers upon the grass.
You know what? Since you read that, Bible shot get Hebrews chapter 6. Yeah, Hebrews 6 and 7. Yeah, because the brother read how the Lord's doctrine shall reign as the dew, distilled as the dew. Go ahead.
For the earth which drinketh in the rain.
Call scripture out.
Oh yes, like this Hebrews 6 and 7. For the earth which drinketh in the rain that cometh off upon it, and bringeth forth herbs meet for them by whom it is dressed, receiveth blessing from the Most High.
Yeah. So you will represent the earth, okay? Bringing forth fruit, meat for them by whom it is dressed, okay? Hey, because what the Apostle Paul say? I have planted, Apollos water, but the Most High giveth the increase. Ultimately, it's the Most High that's cultivating you in this truth. And He uses men to do it, but really He gives the increase. He makes you grow. All right? And we know what the scriptures say. John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. The living water is the truth. As you read the next verse, it says how He spake of the Holy Spirit. He was talking about the Holy Spirit the whole time when He made that statement. All right, so you brothers have the Holy Spirit. And that's why we open with all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Rakakwadash. And the Holy Spirit, what is the Holy Spirit? It tells you it's even the spirit of truth whom the world cannot receive. You had a spirit of truth. All right. So the blessing begins now. Just by you having this knowledge, don't you know that's a confirmation that the Heavenly Father kept His promise unto us? See, the blessing begins with this. The fact that you got this truth. This is a blessing for obedience, man. And ultimately, you inherit in the kingdom. You had something else?
No, I will go back to Leviticus.
Ultimately, you inherit in the kingdom of heaven. But it begins with this knowledge, man. Then it's going to physically manifest. Go ahead.
All right. This is back in Leviticus chapter 26, verse 4. It says, Then will I give you rain in due season, and the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit.
Bible Shab, I give one more precept. You give me Deuteronomy 33 and 28 down to 29. Actually, 28 is the point. You just read 28.
Okay, come on. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 28. It said, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew.
Yeah, so it's literal. And you read these scriptures, man, don't read it like it's a fairy tale, man. All right? Don't read it like it's some damn novel up in the dollar store or something, or Walmart. No, this is reality, man. We're going to dwell in safety alone, meaning in our kingdom, our blessed kingdom, our holy kingdom of heaven, no other nation is going to be ruling right next to us, man. We're going to be in rulership alone. Well, it tells you that in Daniel 2:44. How the kingdom should not be left to other people. Okay? We're going to dwell in safety alone. That's a beautiful thing to think about, man. That's a beautiful thought. It says the fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. And you think about a fountain, that's continual blessings, man. That's why it says how the forces of the Gentiles shall come up unto us. It's just going to be a train of riches. Just imagine millions of people going through the gates of Jerusalem, constantly bringing riches, man. Constantly. It's why it tells you the gates of the kingdom of heaven, they're not going to be shut day nor night. That men may bring unto the forces of the Gentiles. That's real wealth, man. That's real wealth. And you brothers, man, you're gravitating to the fullness of our culture, man, which ultimately we're gonna get it all in the kingdom. But you gravitating towards the incense, you gravitate towards the stones. A lot of you brothers, okay, and list goes on, man. The Hebrew, and the Hebrew is a part of it. Well, it's a main part of it because you gotta connect with your language, okay. But I mentioned the incense and stones because we're gonna have that in abundance in the kingdom.
Yeah.
And the brother mentioned the Hebrew. In the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna speak our language fluently. Right now, we can only do so much. Now we can, let's say it's practice makes perfect. You can hold yourself to a high standard, but you're not going to be able to fully attain our language on this side because we're still under the curses. But when Yahweh Shai comes, that's when it's going to be fully broken, man. All right. But now the Lord he's lifting those curses up slowly. All right. But the point is, man, you're going to have plenty of everything. It said plenty of corn and wine. If you got corn, you got land. If you have wine, you have land. Because it takes grapes to make wine. Okay? Go ahead out.
All right, back in Leviticus chapter 26, verse 5. And your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time, and ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely.
Yeah. That's the key, man. And notice what we're gonna expound upon this, but going back to that in Deuteronomy, it says his heavens should drop down dew, because see, that shows you that it's time for Jacob to get the fatness of the earth. Because you notice, going back to the blessings that Jacob and Esau received from Isaac, it said how both sons will have the fatness of the earth, and it says of the dew of heaven from above, both of them. But see, we're gonna have it in righteousness. That's the difference.
I'm going to the vintage, and this is on Google definition, and it goes into vintage, and it says the year or place in which wine, especially wine of high quality, was produced. So we're gonna have, like you say, abundance. Brothers like to drink, but we're gonna produce, our own vintage, man. All right, that high quality wine, man, and our slaves, all right, will tread the wine presses, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Cause see, now what Jake do, man? Jake getting wine from California. When you think about wine, you really think about Cali. Maybe certain parts of Florida, as far as America goes. But outside of America, that real high quality wine, where is it coming from? It's coming from Spain. It's coming from France. It's coming from Portugal, Argentina, Chile. Okay, that's where the high quality wine is coming from. But see, in our kingdom, it's gonna come from us. All right, and we're gonna use our slaves to stomp the grapes, man. And I can speak for myself. I'm not gonna use the Edomite. I'm not gonna use Edomites to do it. That's a luxury job. Okay, I'll use Ishmael or Elam or something. You know what I'm saying? But you Edomites, y'all gonna be so far out in the field doing something else. Hey, you don't get the pleasure to look at us, man. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid.
Hey, he said he's gonna give peace in the land, man, and that shows you how all Israel is gonna be righteous. Because Jacob get mad, will prove to us that 2/3 will come back into the kingdom. Well, let's prove it real quick. Can you get Romans 11? Yeah, Romans 11. Then you get Isaiah 60.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, let's prove it real quick, man. And then we're going to go back to what the brother had, because, they explained it perfectly, man. It's going to be peace within our borders, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Romans chapter 11, verse 26. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written.
Actually, start at verse 25.
25, okay, come. This is the book of Romans chapter 11, verse 25. For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery. Least ye should be wise in your own conceits.
Yeah, because see, contrary to popular belief, reincarnation is in the Bible. And also, the Lord himself, see, he blinded our people right now. That's why there's nothing we can do to wake them up. Only people that are going to get woken up are the elect, and that's according to predestination anyway. That's outside our power. The Lord is doing this. Okay, so we're not wise in our own mind. We're not making this up. Go ahead out.
That blindness in part is happened to Israel.
It says blindness in part is happened to Israel, meaning the 2/3 of our people, the 2/3 as well as the rebels around the planet Earth. Blindness has happened to them. It says in part it's happened to Israel because the Lord, what? He reserved the elect unto himself, man. Okay, the 144,000, along with the 1/3, the innumerable multitude. Okay, those are reserved. All right, so they're not blind, but 2/3 of the rebels, they're blind right now. Go ahead.
Until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in.
Right, because see, 2/3 of our people and the rebels around the planet, they're in a Gentile state of mind right now. See, when the fullness of the Gentiles shall become in, that means when the rest of our people are going to act on being Israelites. Basically, they're going to come into the knowledge of being Israelites. All right? The majority of our people, they're not going to come into the knowledge on this side. They're going to come into the knowledge in the kingdom of heaven. So they got to die and come back. Go ahead out.
And so all Israel shall be saved
in the kingdom of heaven. Because the Lord, he destroyed the rebels amongst our people and he brought them back through the elect seed. Okay? That's how all Israel shall be saved. That's when they're going to be, a part of their new covenant. See, when Yahushua comes back, the elect Israel, they're going to go right into the kingdom. They're going to be changed simultaneously. And that's when they're going to be a part of that new covenant. They're going to be a part of that new covenant when it's first coming in. When the Lord comes. And it's not going to take long to bring, the nation back. It's not going to take long to bring our people back, man. Because, brothers love women. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to take a long time at all, man. That's why women going to be saved. To reproduce and bring the nation back. Okay, so read that last part again.
And it said, and so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer,
Yahushua,
and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
Through the new covenant. Okay? Pursuant to Jeremiah chapter 31 and Hebrews chapter 8. Okay? If you can get the other scripture.
Isaiah 60.
Like the last few verses. Yeah, man. So it's going to be peace within our walls, man, in our kingdom. And the whole planet Earth is going to be peaceful. The whole planet Earth is going to be paradise. It's going to be like the Garden of Eden, but especially the land of Israel and especially the land of Jerusalem in particular. Go ahead out.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 60, verse 21. It says, thy people also shall be all righteous.
Why? Because they're going to be a part of that new covenant. And it tells you in Ecclesiastes, there is no end of all the people. So what happens to the people? Their spirits are recycled on the earth, and they come back in different bodies. That's what happens on the earth. That's what happens, man. It's a cycle of life. Even on that movie Lion King, they want to come out with a new one. Yeah, because Esau, they can't think of anything else. It's over with. But, they had that one song called The Circle of Life. The circle of life, that's reincarnation, man. And we could get it for you in the Psalms, man. We can read a little bit, but sticking to the point, thy people shall be all righteous. Why? Because they're new covenant, man. And that shows you the Lord, ultimately, he's going to have mercy on the whole nation of Israel. But it begins with the elect. It tells you in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, how every man in his own order. Every man shall enter the kingdom of heaven in his own order. All right? So first Yahushua, because really it's his kingdom anyway. First Yahushua. Matter of fact, let's just get it. I don't want to, say it wrong. 1 Corinthians 15. Yeah, we get 23.
23, okay.
It started 20. 20 down to 23.
All right. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 20. But now is Hamashiach risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept. For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead.
Yeah. So Yahushua, he's the first one risen. So ultimately, he's the first fruits. He's the person that's superior in excellence to others of the same class. So Yahushua, he's not a regular Israelite. That's why his father raised him up first. And now we're going to be raised up. Go ahead.
Verse 22. For as in Adam all die, even so in the Mashiach shall all be made alive.
Yeah, that's why Yahushua, he's called the beginning and the end, the I and the Tha, because he was Adam, You know, by Adam we fell. You got the fall of man, the Nephilim, which is the fall of the sons of God. But by Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, we're being raised up.
Mm-hmm.
We have life again through the gospel. Go ahead.
Then verse 23. But every man in his own order.
Every man's gonna be risen in his own order. Mm-hmm. Hey, because this is called the first resurrection. You know what I'm saying? Us getting the kingdom of heaven, us entering the kingdom of heaven, beginning with the elect is called the first resurrection. Because the first resurrection ultimately is all Israel. But we know 2/3 they're gonna die and take the chip on the side. They're gonna take the chip and they're gonna die. And they're gonna die horrifically in other ways. Besides the nuclear missiles, the nuclear missiles being the main thing that destroys them, but they're not gonna make it on the side. But they're still a part of the first resurrection. Because the first resurrection represents all Israel, But like I said, it's not going to take long to bring them back. But we're entering the kingdom in our own order, so you can understand. Like it says. Go ahead.
He said, but every man in his own order, Hamashiach, the first fruits.
Right. So Yahweh Shai, the first fruits, like I said, he's the first fruits, ultimately. But then it's us too. Like it tells you in Revelation 14. Go ahead.
It said, afterward, they that are Yahweh Shai's at his coming.
Right, his elect, the elect. So Yahweh Shai first, then the elect, and then the rest of the nation. All right? Every man in his own order. So it's not a thing, we just don't want Israel to make it. The Lord don't want Israel to make it. Mm-hmm. Hey, it's his plan, but at the same time, hey, guess what King David has said? Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee. Yeah, so the Lord don't want them to make it. We don't want them to make it. It's his will, man. And even if we wanted them to make it, they're not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? See, because the difference between us and these other camps, man, we're constantly pushing the spirit of the elect being saved. But that's according to the scriptures, man. Mm-hmm. But we went into all that to show you that ultimately the whole nation will be saved. The whole nation is going to be in the kingdom, but it begins with the elect. Mm-hmm. That's the difference.
That's stage one.
That's stage one. Yep.
You can't skip, over the stage of the elect being saved and try to unify right now, man. You trying to skip stages to prophecy, man. You got every word has to be fulfilled, so the elect being saved has to happen, man. So that's why we concentrate on the elect. And then, like the title of the lesson, it said the promises, of the blessings for what? Obedience. Majority of Israel won't be obedient, man. They still want to do what they want to do. You got niggas teaching with dreads, man. All right? And then you can rebuke them and tell them what they going to do. What it say there that, they're going to try to pervert the scriptures. All right? They don't want to be obedient, man. We can't make them be obedient. We reading the blessings from obedience, man. So that's what we dealing with. Israel that wants to be obedient, man, through faith in Yahweh Shai, man.
Kind. That's why we got that in Romans also. Yeah, we finished that in Isaiah.
Isaiah come.
Yeah, because like I told you in Romans, it says how blindness in part is happening to Israel. We can't make these niggas see it.
Yeah.
You can't make Jake get it, man, because the Lord blinded them.
Come.
Go ahead out.
Back in Isaiah 60 and 21, it said, "Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. The word of the elect. The way he says in the book of Esdras, with great work have I kept this cluster, man. Mm-hmm. Talking about that elect, man. With great work have I perfected them, man. So with great work, the Lord has been constantly working on the elect through each reincarnation, man. Now we come to a time of perfection, man. And we reached that through what's the key thing? Obedience, man.
Kind. Yeah, hey, because there ain't gonna be a need to work on, the rest of the nation. You just gonna come back perfect. Mm-hmm. But it just shows you that the Lord, He's gonna have mercy on them too, man. And that's why I asked the brother to read it.
For sure. Because they gonna come back, like I say, within the new covenant. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have the laws written in them, so they're gonna get the blessings of obedience in the kingdom, man. All right, everything makes sense when you put every precept on precept and line up on line, and don't take things out and don't get your emotion involved, man. I got a quick one. Isaiah 59:20. It says, "And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, said the Lord."
Yeah. See, which they explain what it said in the Romans. You know, the Redeemer shall come to Zion, but to such that turn away from ungodliness. You know, because the Lord, he's gonna do it. But see, you got to put in work too, man. You know, you got to show some action. You know what I'm saying? Jay don't want to put any effort in, man. You want to just act like the Lord is going to do everything. Well, what are you doing? This is why I tell you how faith without works is dead, man. All right? Are you keeping the laws to the best of your ability? All right? Are you being a good brother? Are you teaching the right doctrine?
Yep.
And adhering to it? Okay? Continuing in what you learned? Honoring your teachers? So that's a part of it. It's ordering this thing, man. Go ahead.
Back in Leviticus chapter 26, verse 6, and I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. And I will rid evil beasts out of the land, neither shall the sword go through your land.
Come on. If you hold it, go back to Isaiah. And because when you read Isaiah chapter 60, that lets you know what's going on in the kingdom. When the kingdom of heaven is established, Isaiah chapter 60 is basically going into detail. All right? Which is basically a summary, because you can't put every single thing in detail about the kingdom of heaven. This would be a gigantic book, man. You know, you wouldn't be able to stop anywhere. All right? But it's just giving you a real good idea of how the kingdom of heaven is going to be, basically. Okay, you get verse 18.
All right. This is the book of Isaiah 16:18. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise.
And it lets you know that it's talking about amongst Israel, because that's all you see amongst us, man. You know, according to the curses, the Lord said in Deuteronomy 28, dealing with the curses, not the blessings for obedience. And the curses, it says, thine eye shall be evil towards thy brother. So really, we have an ardent hatred for each other, man. You know, Jay don't want to unify in righteousness, especially in righteousness, you know. If Jay got to come together, man, on this side, Jay going to come together in wickedness. That's what that's going to be about, man. Now, the Sumerians, they were not Israelites, all right? The Sumerians were Hamites. All right, the Sumerians, those were Cushites, okay? So-called Ethiopians, okay? Which they have nothing to do with this. They're going in slavery too. They're going to slavery. Did you know that? Did you know that the so-called Ethiopians are going to slavery? Those are the ancient Babylonians, man. They had us in slavery too. They got to pay. All right, but sticking to the point, it's nothing but violence amongst our people, man. That's why we'll curse Jake out for basically, you know, they'll talk about how Black Lives Matter and how it's the police just constantly shooting us down. You niggas kill more of each other than the damn police, man. The police don't come close to how y'all touch each other, man. You know, when you look at these inner cities, you know, these different urban areas amongst Jake, okay? Hey, you know what the deal is, man. Yeah, it's the curses, but you don't want to justify it. It is the curses, but hey, Jake can't justify their behavior, man. Hey, just because you know it's the curses, that don't mean you can't do better too. We're not killing each other. But once again, it shows you the Lord blinded Israel. All right? Because you got so-called black on black crime. You got so-called black on Hispanic crime, vice versa. Hispanic versus Hispanic crime. Hispanic versus Latino crime.
Cartel wars.
Yeah, all that stuff, man. You look at the cartel, like brother said, you know, these different gangs that Issachar got and other northern tribes, MS-13s, Latin Kings, you know, 2-6 and all that stuff. And they just some of the gangs. But you know, but dealing with Judah, you know, in the Southern Kingdom, man, they got you know, you already know about Bloods and Crips. But even if it ain't that, man, Jake just hate each other.
Yep. You
know what I'm saying? And it's some Jakes, man, they just all about them. Ego tripping, man. The Lord gonna take that ego tripping spirit out of Israel. All right? Because that's not righteous, man. Basically, Jake worship themselves. You know, but the point is, that's why, hey, it's showing you that all Israel ultimately gonna come in this thing, because you really see that amongst the 2/3 of our people. We don't got that spirit amongst us, man. All right, go ahead.
All right, back in Leviticus chapter 26, verse 7. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword, and 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemy shall fall before you by the sword.
Yeah, because you're gonna have different rebellions in the kingdom, different slave revolts. You know, Esau and other nations, they're gonna think that they can escape, you know, or think they can start a riot or something like that on a plantation. We're gonna put that shit down swiftly, man. You know, and then just the fact that we're gonna be in power, we're really not gonna need to chase you, but the fact is we can. See, right now, we don't have power, we don't have a military, you know, but see, in the kingdom, we're gonna be good, man. The fact that we got the angels on our side, we got the holy angels, man. On top of that, we're gonna have the spiritual power. On top of that, we're gonna have the new bodies. Hell, on top of that, we got the Lord, man. The Lord is gonna be with us. So ain't no way in the hell you're gonna start a damn slave revolt and think you're gonna get away with that shit, man. That's why it tells you the nation in the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, which is also in Isaiah. You see how Leviticus 26, you know, the blessings links up with Isaiah 60? Because that goes to the kingdom of heaven. Showing you it's not for everybody. Break this down in your churches, all right? You can't do it. Go ahead.
Verse 9, for I will have respect unto you and make you fruitful and multiply you and establish my covenant with you.
But see, on this side, it's the exact opposite, man. You know, it tells you that in the book of Baruch. You know, that was taken from the law. You know, Deuteronomy 28, dealing with the curses. How we shall be left few in number. Right now, you Israelites are not multiplying, man. Like we talk about all the time, the reason why the Israelite man is so thirsty is because the Israelite man is sex deprived. The fact that on this side, Esau is a damn faggot and he makes it to where you can only have one woman, that's wicked, man. You know, if you got one woman, you can't nation build. You can't build a nation off of one woman. Just keeping it real, you know? And to you women out there, this ain't no disrespect to you. But the Israelite man is meant to have more than one woman. That's just the way the Lord made it. You got a problem with that, take that up with the Heavenly Father. That's why he said in the beginning, be fruitful and multiply. You know, especially amongst our people. But the fact that he said that, don't you know that's a law? That's actually a commandment to be fruitful and multiply. But we can't do it on this side. The fact that you Israelites have babies on this side, you look at that like a curse. Yeah. You know, you be like, God damn, she pregnant. Be all upset, panicking, like, man, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Where I'm gonna get the money from? You might be broke, might be unemployed, you don't got a job, you know? So on this side, it's like having, you know, seed is a curse. Yeah, you know, having a son or a daughter is a curse on this side, but in the kingdom, it's gonna be the exact opposite, man. It's gonna be a blessing every time you bring your seed into this world, man. You know, that's how it's gonna be. So that's why to each Israelite man is gonna be several thousands of women in the kingdom. Why? So we can be fruitful and multiply. Not to mention that just, hey, the Lord giving the Israelite man their heart's desire. Okay. Now we don't push that on this side because see, right now we're not in our rest. We still at war. But in the kingdom, that's how it's gonna be. And it's gonna be natural. It's like, man, you don't even think about it. You know, see, now JB, you know, thinking they doing something, man. You think you're doing something, you will rack up a little bit. You got you a couple women, and you'll say they side chicks. It showed that this side all out of order, man. Really, it's another wife, man. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, and then you got to sneak and talk to her. You know, hide her from your main woman. That's all a curse, man. See, when you think about the kingdom, forget about America, because it's not gonna be that way, man. It's not gonna be like that. All right. Go ahead, bro.
This is back in Isaiah 60 and 22, proving that point of Leviticus. It says a little one shall become 1,000.
A little one shall become 1,000. So one Israelite man is going to become his own nation. One Israelite man, he's going to have so many sons and daughters, that man's going to become a nation. A nation is going to come from that man, basically. And how could that happen? By way of sex. So for you people out there that believe that the kingdom of heaven is going to be in the sky, you're sadly mistaken. There will be sex in the kingdom of heaven. You know, you're going to be able to have sex. You're going to be able to eat. You're going to be able to drink. You know, it's a physical kingdom, but see what makes it heavenly is going to be spiritual. The laws, statutes, and commandments are going to be implemented. That's what makes it spiritual. You know, but it's going to be a physical kingdom. Esau has a physical kingdom. He's not in the sky ruling. You know, he damn sure not ruling in the spirit world. Okay, you know. Heaven is going to be on the earth, just like Esau was in his heaven. So it says a little one shall become 1,000. So one Israelite man that's insignificant on this side, a nation is going to come from him. You know, go ahead.
A small one, a strong nation.
And a small one, a strong nation. Hey, and if it's written, it's going to happen. And it's going to be super exaggerated when it happens, man. You know? Hey, man, the only way you can see all your sons and daughters, man, you got to pull them all together at once. Probably, you know, on one of your planets or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have so much land, which really everything's going to be bigger, you know? But to see every son and daughter you're going to have, you got to pull them all together. You got to have like a family reunion, you know, to see them all. That's how fruitful we're going to be. And like I said, on this side, we're not that fruitful. You know, you can easily see that. You can easily see that by way of the feminist movement. And that's why on this side, it tells you how 7 women shall take hold of one man in the end during Jacob's trouble. You know, because they're going to be wanting you to take away their reproach. Their reproach is the feminist movement. Because see, right now, they're not having sons and daughters. Why? They want to get a good job, a good career, go to college, join a sorority, whatever. Anything except the Israelite man is on their mind. The woman, her mind, she like, shit, I got to get it. And then these women treat men like options, you know? That's a huge reproach. Niggas ain't shit. Don't you know how many women have said that or thought that about you? They man, they're saying that against their Lord. You're their Lord. And they saying you ain't shit. They got to pay for that. That's why most women gonna die. Okay? Most of these women gonna die for that thought and that statement. Niggas ain't shit. All right, we'll see, Keisha. We gonna see in that day. All right? Go ahead, bro.
And the small one, a great nation, I, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, will hasten it in his time.
Yeah. So a small one, a strong nation or a great nation. And the Lord said he going to hasten it in his time. So he going to make it come fast. That's why these days are shortened, man. So we can be in the kingdom. Ain't you tired of being here? The Lord's sick of this shit, man. Don't you know, every day that goes by, man, the Lord, his anger is getting greater, man. He's getting more and more angry with this place. Hey, the Lord says he's angry with the wicked every day. Every day. For what they're doing in America, all across the earth, then for what they're doing in the land of Israel. Because it tells you that in Deuteronomy, how the eyes of the Lord are upon the land of Israel from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. You know what them devils doing over there? Okay? They got to pay for that. That's why that land going to be destroyed too and built back up. But America's going to be completely destroyed. And no one's going to inhabit this land in our kingdom, man. You know, in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be in a chariot, you know, so-called UFO. You're just going to fly over America and look at what it used to be. Or think about what it used to be. But what it is now is just going to be a big damn desert, man. A big desert, you know. Shit crazy, man. You know, we'll have the spiritual power. So, you know, we'll be telling the story. We'll be on the chariot. You know what I'm saying? But you looking down at America, you see a big desert. But while we telling, like, you know, like an oral tradition, you know, we telling the story to our great grandsons and daughters, pull up a hologram, showing them how America used to be, you know. But then what it look like now, and they just tell them to look down, and then you see that huge ass desert, man. The biggest desert on the planet. Okay? Full of desert animals. That's what it's going to be. That's the future, man. That's why they made that movie Planet of the Apes. You know, the original one. And America was a big desert. You know? But see, the difference between that movie and reality, no one's going to be able to step foot in America. You know? Charlton Heston, he was able to be there. Ain't nobody going to be here, man. Go ahead out.
Verse 10, and ye shall eat old store and bring forth the old because of the new.
Yeah, so we're gonna be able to eat old store. So guess what? We're gonna be able to preserve our food the right way. Not how Esau does it, man. They got all these chemicals to preserve the food, man. You know? Canning goods, techniques and all that stuff. We ain't gonna be doing that in the kingdom, man. All right? You're going to see in our kingdom that Esau was on a base level the whole time, man. You know, on a super base level. And all these different inventions that makes your kingdom operate was created by us anyway. You know, but it says we're going to eat old store because we're not going to be able to touch the new yet because it's going to be so much of the old, man. It's just like they say dealing with money. Oh, that's old money. That's old money he's playing with. That's how them devils talk, man. They got old money. You know, and you see big ass mansions in America, man, which really they go back to Esau having plantations. You know, Esau owning slaves. Really, slave labor is how Esau got all that old money. All right. Hey, just like down south, man, what they used to call cotton, they used to call cotton white gold. White gold because it made Esau rich. You had a lot of billionaires down south because of gold. Not gold, but cotton, you know, but they called it white gold. You know, it made them rich and they still living off it, man. That's why we tell you Edomites, you're living off the benefits of what your forefathers did. Okay? And there's no way that you're going to escape, man. There's no way you're going to escape. That's why, you know, as much as you travel around America, man, you got cotton fields everywhere. You got cotton fields in the Midwest, you know, cotton fields up north, cotton fields down south. As a reminder of what you did to us, man. You make slaves pick cotton till their hands was bleeding. You know, toddlers. Esau would have toddlers picking cotton. They got to pay for that. And your time is next. Now you're going to do it. You know, and it's like the smallest job we can think of, man. It's something we can think of now. Imagine when the Lord changed our minds, man. But the point is, dealing with Israel, we're going to be able to eat old store, meaning we're going to have old money, man. You know, and our crops, they're not going to get old because the earth is going to be rejuvenated. You know, because right now you look at these different, vegetables, a lot of different produce, man. You know, it has a short lifespan after you disconnect it from the soil. You know, even dealing with, Esau preserving food and having canned goods, it has a short shelf life. Man, in the kingdom of heaven, that's why it's an everlasting kingdom, man. It's a physical, tangible kingdom, but it's going to be paradise. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 11. And I will set my tabernacle among you.
Wait a minute. You got to get Revelation. You know? 21. Yeah. The Lord said he's going to set his tabernacle amongst us. And if you can look up tabernacle after you read it. Yep.
You're going to start at 21.
Probably start at the top. You want to read down to the point.
Okay, 21, 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm. Kind. Yeah, points. Yeah, point 3.
All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
Yeah, so it's talking about America. America and Esau's system as a whole. You know, Esau's heaven and earth passed away, meaning your rulership. There was no more sea, meaning no more people in America, because this place is going to be obliterated. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven.
The elect. Go ahead.
Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Right. Go ahead.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power.
Yep. Going into that new covenant, that new contract. So we're going to be joined together forever. You know? Just like a husband and wife, we're going to be joined together forever. You know? Yahweh Shem Yahushua and Israel. Together forever. That's why it tells you that in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet Yahushua in the air. And so shall we ever be with Yahushua. Okay? Join together. That marriage, man. Go ahead, bro.
You want the temple, you know?
Come, tabernacle. Come. Now we're going to get the definition for that word tabernacle in Revelation 21 and 3.
Get the definition.
Yeah, you just read down. Read what they got at the top and read down. Really strong definition point.
Okay, come. The figure habitation.
They changed it.
Yeah.
They didn't change it. Well, it's all good, brothers. Esau basically then changed it. Yeah, they changed it, man. It's all good, bro. We'll just read it again, then we'll go back to what you had.
Come. This is back in Revelation 21:3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power.
Yeah, but basically, Blue Letter, they changed the definition. You know, so Salakia brothers for the hold up, but they changed the definition, man. But pretty much, we're gonna have that heavenly abode with the Heavenly Father. All right. You know, matter of fact, that's why when you read in the Lord's Prayer, it says on earth as it is in heaven. And the reason why, you know, that's in the Lord's Prayer, because it's complete order in the heavens. You know, in the third heaven, where the Heavenly Father dwells, it's complete order, man. So that's going to be established on the earth amongst the Lord's people. We're going to have complete order, man. All right? And the Lord's Spirit is going to be among us. So you're going to know who an Israelite is versus a person that's not an Israelite. We're going to have that aura around us, power emanating from off of us, man. You know, so you're going to know who the Israelites are. And then, hey, no matter where we go, it's going to be the exact opposite of the curses, man. It's going to be the exact opposite, you know? Because see, on this side, like it tells you, cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. Well, in the kingdom, we're going to be blessed. We're going to be blessed coming in, blessed going out, no matter where we go. And we're not going to die because we're going to have those new bodies, man. You know, but, hey, when the Israelite is born, you know, he's going to have that new body. He's going to be blessed, man. And wherever you go, the Spirit of the Lord is going to be with you. See, on this side, you got to watch your back. You know, you can't get too close to people because they might betray you. You got two-faced Israelites, you know. And pretty much, man, like, your life is not certain. Well, like it tells you in the curses. But it's going to be the exact opposite in the kingdom. And just how it was, well, going back to when Israel was in the wilderness, we would set up tents in the wilderness, man. That's why the Lord said how, you know, we had the tabernacle. We had the tabernacle of testimony in the wilderness, and that was something that you could set up temporarily, and you could take it down. But pretty much the Lord, he was traveling amongst us, man. He was traveling with us. So it's gonna be like that, but 100-fold in the kingdom, man. All right, no matter where Israel go, because Israel, our spirits are like pilgrims. Because Jake can basically, you know, set up and live anywhere. But the Spirit of the Lord is going to be with us wherever we go, man. All right? So the Lord said he's going to set his tabernacle amongst us. And it lets you know that the Israelites are the temple. Really, you know? We are that third temple, man. Okay? Well, go ahead, out.
All right. Verse 12, back in Leviticus 26:12. And I will walk among you and will be your power, and ye shall be my people.
He will walk among us. And that's why you don't got to worry about looking after your sons or your daughters, worrying about something happening to them, you know, worrying about taking them outside, you know, too long, turning your back for a split second, somebody, you know, looking to kidnap your son or your daughter. All right? Hey, the Lord, his Spirit is going to be amongst us, man. And that's going to scare the shit out of these other nations. The fear and the dread of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to be on them, man, to not mess with us. It's going to be on the animals. It's going to be on all creation, you know, respecting the Lord's people. Mm-hmm. People going to fear us, man. And that's why we're going to be a nation of dealing with the Israelite man. We're going to be gods on the planet Earth. Mm-hmm. Israelite men are going to be gods on the planet Earth. Because the Lord is going to make everything created fear us, man. Everything's going to fear us. Everything's going to listen to us. Okay? That's how it's going to be. As a matter of fact, real quick, if you can give me Isaiah 8. The Spirit is hot on Isaiah, man. You know? Isaiah chapter 54. Isaiah 54, and if you can read verse 11 down to 14.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 54, verse 11. O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest, and not comforted.
Yeah, it's talking about Israel, man. You was tossed with tempest. Look at the slave trade. You was shipped everywhere, man. You know? The transatlantic slave trade or the triangular slave trade. And that was just Esau shipping us west. They not even touching on the Arabic slave trade, Ishmael selling you to the east, because that happened also. That happened also. So you afflicted and you was tossed with tempest. That's going into the slave trade. Hey, that's fine. You Islamic nigga. Well, you can get the hell off our page, man. You know? Hey, and we're gonna have Ishmael women in the kingdom, all right? We're gonna have your women in the kingdom, Ishmael. You know, hey man, y'all a bunch of demons, all right? And y'all go on to slavery too. You know, but you can read that again out.
Come on, this is the book of Isaiah 54:11. O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest, and not comforted. Behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors, and lay thy foundations with sapphires.
Yeah, our kingdom, man. And you know what's so beautiful about what the brother's reading? We're reading it in Isaiah, but the same thing is in Revelation chapter 21, and also in the book of Tobit. How the Lord is going to build up Jerusalem gloriously. Woo! Hey, man, we look for this, man. We look forward to this. And you should be looking forward to this. The Lord, he's telling you, he's going from how he put us in slavery the way he did to how he's about to glorify us, man. That's what that's talking about, man. Hey, man, the Lord calls the slave trade and what we're going through right now a light affliction. That's a light affliction according to what he's about to do for us, man. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 12. And I will make thy windows of agates.
Yeah. So agates, or Esau called them agates, because you got different kinds, man. Well, actually, I'm wearing this bracelet right here. Where Esau calls it a moss agate. This bracelet here. Esau calls it moss agate, but you have different agates or gates. Because see, the thing is though, on this side, let's say you buy a bracelet or you buy a necklace, it's gonna cost you so much. We're gonna have abundance of that in the kingdom. Our kingdom is gonna be built off of that, man, or of it. Our streets gonna be made with this. Your house is gonna be made with this, man. Your mansions. A mansion, that's a small thing, Your palace. Let's say that, man. Your palace is gonna be made of this stuff, man. Abundance. And Jay Creative. Your whole floor gonna be like an aquarium. Let's say your floor is made of agates, but underneath is all types of aquatic animals, exotic fish and stuff like that. Hey man, this is a heavenly kingdom, man. Esau don't got this. That's why they mad at us, man. Oh, sorry ass piss poor kingdom they got, man. Like I said before, man, Esau's blessing is a consolation prize. It was second best because the whole, out of all the nations, Esau, he's the only nation that ruled the entire planet Earth, but he doesn't come close to what we got. So yeah, it's better than what the other nations got, because they never had the whole earth. But this is what we about to get, man. Okay, go ahead out.
And it says, and I will make thy windows agates, and thy gates of carbuncles.
Right, so precious stones.
And all thy borders of pleasant stones.
Mm-hmm.
And all thy children shall be taught of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, and great shall be the peace of thy children.
How they gonna be taught of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah? They're gonna be born with the laws, statutes, and commandments in them. And at the same time, the Lord is so heavenly and so great, right? Our children or our sons and daughters, really, our sons and daughters, they're going to be born with the laws, statutes, and commandments in them. But see, we're still going to have tutors and stuff like that. We're still going to have, tutors and governors, pretty much, certain men and women that's able to, teach our sons and daughters etiquette, how to be men, how to be women. They're going to be, born perfect, but we're still going to be on a level with things, man. Women are going to be, groomed to be real women. Men are going to be groomed to be real men. But see, in the kingdom, a man, he's not going to be groomed to have a certain trade, because we're going to rule the planet Earth. We're going to be groomed to be judges. Groomed to be judges of the earth. That's how we're going to be. And our women, they're going to be princesses. But see, they're still going to have to know certain things, because the Israelite man, we're real particular about how we want our women to be. So that's how it's going to be in the kingdom, man. And if you're not looking forward to this, man, in Bible Kashab, please leave, Get off the video. Get off the chat room. Without
Verse 14, in righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee.
Yeah. So no violence, man. Esau, they're not gonna be near us. The other nations, they're not gonna be messing with us. Okay, playing middleman minority, all in your neighborhoods, man. You know, basically capitalizing off the curses, because we're not gonna be under the curses in the kingdom. But see, they're taking advantage of you right now. It ain't gonna be that way very soon, man. Okay. Well, since you read that, read verse 15.
Verse 15, behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me.
Yeah. So, hey, in the kingdom, man, hey, the Lord, he's gonna put a demon on you other nations, man, just to just show his power, just so we can mess you up. Okay? Like we said, man, you're gonna have those different slave rebellions, but let's see what you're gonna do. All right? And you're not gonna be victorious, man. You know, a lot of times, man, Jake would win for a little bit in those slave revolts, man. You read about Nat Turner. You read about Yara down in Mexico. Or Younger. I forget his exact name. It's Yara or Younger, you know. But that one Judite, I believe he was Judah. He was Judah or Benjamin. If I'm not mistaken, he was probably Benjamin, though. But he had started that slave revolt down in Mexico, man. And he's still known for that to this day. All right? But see, that was Israel doing that, man. If Esau and other nations do that in our kingdom, that shit ain't gonna work. All right? Go ahead, bro.
All right. And it says back in Isaiah 53 and 15, behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake.
Yeah. Why? Because you thought you could mess with us, man. All right? Because see, it's gonna be evident that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is with us during that time. Because you got to keep in mind, when the kingdom is established, you got to imagine all the things that the other nations saw to establish our kingdom. But you know, it's, for example, dealing with these unclean spirits, these demons, you know, hey, their purpose is still to serve the Lord, but you know that they do it on the left-hand side. Their left-hand spirits. The Lord, he's not going to destroy them, so they still need their purpose. And their purpose is to, you know, please the Lord, you know, but by causing havoc, you know, by doing wickedness. So those spirits, they're not going to be messing with Israel, but they're going to be hopping on the other nations to think that they can mess with us, man. You know? Thinking you other nations got a chance. You don't got a chance, man, in our kingdom. See, right now, Jake is all messed up, man, because you heathens. But hey, in our kingdom, man, everything gonna change, man. All right. But you can go back to or you had something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Deuteronomy 28. That was it on Leviticus.
Huh.
This Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments which I have commanded thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right. So you read in Malachi 3 and 6. You know, you read in the book of Hebrews, okay? The Most High himself, Yahweh himself, he doesn't change and his son doesn't change. You know? It tells you Yahweh Shai the same yesterday and today and forever. So this still the same, man. All right? And really is no big difference between the old covenant and the new covenant. The only difference is the law of sacrifice. That's it, man. But really, the new covenant, that's really making itself permanent. That's a permanent covenant. That's the only difference. The old covenant, it wasn't permanent because there was no end of sacrificing. With Yahweh Shai, it was an end. You know? And that's why he's not going to die again. He died 2,000 years ago. That's it. You know? So he pretty much finalized everything, man. Like you said yesterday, he solidified everything. Okay? So that doesn't change. Vocab. Well, you a pissant anyway. You know, but just bringing you up, man. You don't read this and read those other scriptures. So this isn't for the whole world, man. It's for the Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
And like we're going into the blessings, you know, because that's what we're getting. That's what we're transitioning into, man. You see, we transitioning out of these curses, and we getting ready to come into these blessings, man. You know, so we don't even you don't hear brothers even speak about the curses that much anymore, man. We understand that we go through things where we consider it chastisement and the Lord purging us, man. We don't have that woe is me spirit talking about the curses, man. We working on getting toward these blessings, man. And start with faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, faith in Yahweh Shai, and coming back to the obedience, man. That's what's gonna cause Yahweh Shema Shai to pour blessings on us, man. So we in the spirit, we finna receive this blessing, man. This world finna get these curses, man.
That's right.
Back in verse Deuteronomy 28:2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai thy power.
So you're gonna be consumed in blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine it? Cause see on this side, man, we'll look at Jake, man, like man, Jake through. Jake finished. Like it tells you in Hosea 8:8, Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. So right now you look at Jake, man, Jake swallowed up with these curses. Like I said, finished. But in the kingdom, the exact opposite, man. You're going to be overwhelmed with blessings. If something overtakes you, man, it consumes you. All right? So it's going to be known, man. And you're going to be known. Like I always mention, man, in the kingdom of heaven, there's going to be books written about you. You're going to be a living legend. Because one thing, man, you got a legend, but the man dies. And people just speak about him, honor him. He's venerated. But see, you're not going to die. And it's going to be a huge difference, man, between the Israelite man of the elect and the rest of Israel. Now, they're going to be blessed too. They're going to be blessed and they're going to be ruling. But the average Israelite, he's going to be like a citizen compared to the elect, The elect, that's the government. All right? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 3. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field.
Right. So you're going to be blessed in Jerusalem and whatever, city in Israel, because it tells you how all the tribes, according to the book of Amos and also in the book of Obadiah, all the tribes, they're going to go back to their inheritance in the land of Israel. So you're going to be blessed whether you in a city in Naphtali, you in a city in Asher, you in a city in Issachar, you in a city in Judah, a city in Benjamin, Gilead, wherever you at, you're going to be blessed. A city in Manasseh. So you're going to be blessed in your city where you're ruling at, and you're going to be blessed in the field. The field is the world, pursuant to Matthew 13. So you're going to be blessed in the world, man. Wherever you go, all around the planet. Because see, right now, man, Jay got to get a damn passport just to travel. Which really, that's you getting permission from Esau to leave the country. That's a fucking curse, man. You got to get permission from the enemy to leave the damn country. It's not going to be like that in the kingdom, man. And then you go somewhere on this side. Let's say you take it upon yourself. I'm going to move down to Brazil. I'm going to move to Colombia, something like that. You still going to suffer. You still under the curses. You still not accepted widely. Nobody respects you. But see, in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be the exact opposite, man. See, on this side, you can't escape the curses no matter what you do. You see Jake selling out, man. Jake's selling out and they'll end up broke, man. And then the fact that they had to bend over to get that money, you lost your morals, man. You became a sodomite just to ease the curses up, which really you did nothing but make it worse. So to hell with selling out. That ain't the right way, man. That's not the right way. What's that one guy, Orlando Brown? Or something like, is that his name? He was on like the Disney Channel or something like that. Orlando something.
Yeah.
But I want to say he was like on Smart Guy or something like that. He was on one of those Disney shows or something. That guy, he's completely bugged the hell out, man. I forget what it was on YouTube he was premiered on. Yeah, his name Orlando Brown. Okay, well, that's his name. But basically, that's So Raven or something, man. He was on one of them shows. Or he was on a few of them. But that guy, he's completely bugged the hell out, man. I don't know if it was Vlad TV or what it was on, but he had took a damn pen, right? Like an ink pen. He had twisted it, and he was sniffing the damn pen. He was, woo! Like, this same nigga, he was in Disney when he was young. This nigga then grew up and he's way worse. He's completely bugged the hell out, man. This nigga is completely bugged the hell out. That's what happens to you when you go to Hollywood, man. So you got these different Israelites that's so-called living the American dream. They're sacrificing their sons and daughters to make it in this world just so they can get some money, man. Just so they can get some money, they can profit out their sons and daughters being sacrificed to Esau. And see where it got them, man. And like I said, these niggas, they end up broke, man. Broke and bugged out. So even though, hey, those of us that are in this truth, we're under the curses, but we're in a way better position than these niggas can be in. You know? Really? So, hey, appreciate that, man. Count your blessings. That's a blessing right there. You ain't bugged out like that clown, man. But read that again.
All right. Back in Deuteronomy 28:3, it said, "Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field."
Yeah, so you can be blessed in the city you in, and you can be blessed in the world. You know? And like I said, all the tribes, they're going to go back to their inheritance in the land of Israel. Okay? But we're going to be traveling in the kingdom. Hey, Jay love to travel. Unless you got that local joker spirit, you don't ever want to leave your city. And that's a nigga spirit, man. Hey, only a nigga, man. You know, which, hey, to balance it out, though, you got certain brothers that may be comfortable where they at, and that's fine. You got certain brothers, they're stuck in their ways when it comes to certain things. They may not want to travel. But I'm going to say Israel as a whole, our spirit is traveling, man. You know, just like we was traveling in the wilderness. Jay loved to travel. You had that One Temptation song, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his head was his home. So that's the spirit of an Israelite. You got these different Jakes that was in the military. They always tell you about how it was in Vietnam, how it was in Germany, how it was in Japan. So that's the spirit of an Israelite to travel. That's the essence of life. Traveling because you get experience. So how much more in our kingdom, man? We're going to be traveling in our kingdom. We're going to be traveling, you know, seeing different stuff. We're going to be blessed wherever we go, man. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kin, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Yeah, so those are real riches. Once again, man. You know, and, you know, some of you brothers that may be from the country, you know, or you probably visited your family members that are in the country, you got like a little snippet of that. You know, you got a little glimpse of that, you know, seeing the different farm animals. Well, guess what? In the kingdom of heaven, that's going to be part of your inheritance. You know? That's why the Lord says how he's going to give us a land of milk and honey. Where does milk come from? Cows. You know? Cows, goats. We have plenty of cattle, man. All right? And also, dealing with the other nations, see, they're not going to have those new bodies like we're going to have. So you know what's going to happen? We're going to have to sacrifice for them. That's why we're also called a nation of priests. Or a nation of kings and priests. Now we're going to be ruling over them. But see, we're also going to have to sacrifice for them because they're still going to sin. They're still going to go off because they're not going to have those new bodies. They're not a part of the new covenant. Okay? So when they go off, we're going to have to sacrifice for them. Okay? Go ahead up.
Verse 5, it said, "Blessed shalt thy basket and thy," it said, "Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store."
Right. It says, "Blessed shall be thy basket in thy store." Okay? Now, your basket, basically, you look at different Jakes, man, they don't really have a storehouse. Okay? We don't have food saved up. Well, deal with it on a low level, man. Look at Jake businesses. You know, if Jake opens a business, right, it's basically like what, like a barbecue restaurant.
Barbershop.
Yeah, a barbershop. You know, it's something low level, man. You know, but you know, hey, we don't really have a good business. Okay, we don't flourish like that. You'll see it more so amongst Issachar, but at the same time, Issachar's still cursed. They still cursed too. They just cursed in another way. Because Jacob read this and they'll say, well, the curses don't apply to so-called Latinos and Native Americans. No, nigga. It's just certain curses that they hit tribes. They hit certain tribes more, basically. Like the core of the curses are upon Judah. You know? But the other tribes are cursed too, man. You know what I'm saying? More so with the southern kingdom, the Lord hit us when it comes to unity. We don't really have unity like that. But you look at the northern kingdom, they're more family oriented. They have more unity. You know, the northern kingdom does. But see, the Lord hit them with them idols. See, they're cursed when it comes to idols. You know, they're more so into idolatry, you know, than the southern kingdom is. But at the same time, we all still cursed. Okay, get that term for basket and also store. Now, you know, when you read this, it goes into your business and also your savings. You know, but we're gonna get the definitions anyway, just to be exact.
All right, the word basket in the Hebrew is tanah.
You read up some.
The word basket in Hebrew is tanah. It just say basket.
It just say basket.
Mm-hmm.
Which pretty much, like I said, if Jake has a business, you know, like and the brother had mentioned it too. Jake's business, it'll just be a barbershop. You know, hey, some of our women, man, they may have like a nail salon or something like that. You know, but you know, Jake like to cook, so pretty much it'll be like a restaurant. But you'll see what happens, man. Hey, that thing stay open for maybe like 6 months, and then it all of a sudden shut down, man. That's the curses. All right. Not to mention, man, Jay don't have, you know, hundreds to thousands of dollars saved up. All right, so hey, that's all the curses, man. You know, because at the end of the day, nothing is promised on this side, man. All right, what if you lose your job, man? Because most Israelites, they live paycheck to paycheck. You lose your job, you don't have a savings, okay? You don't have that nest egg, so to speak. So pretty much you asked out, man. You know, asking for money, you don't want to borrow money, or you got to get a loan, and that goes to the curses. You know, you got to, get a loan from your enemy. It says how he shall lend to thee, but thou shalt not lend to him. So, hey, that goes to the curses, man. But see, in the kingdom, it's not going to be like that. All right? And pretty much in the kingdom, dealing with a business, right? Because, see, we're not going to need to work for nobody. But, you know, Israelites, they have a certain craft or a talent. You can still do that. Really, we're going to be doing stuff just to do it, really. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to own all the resources. We're not going to need to do anything. But just the fact that, you know, hey, Jake has talent. You know, Jake's like to make music. You know, Jake make art. Jake do all type of different stuff, man. You're going to be able to really do that in the kingdom. Okay? Whatever the case may be, you can fill in the blanks. But yeah, we can go back to it. You don't got to worry about it.
Come. Verse 6, it said, blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
Yeah, but like I said, on this side, it's the exact opposite. Jacob be born broke, and they'll die broke. You know, whereas in the kingdom of heaven, according to what we just read, you're going to come into this life filthy, stinking rich, and you're going to stay filthy, stinking rich, all right? And then it's going to be known who you are as soon as you're born, man. You being pampered. It's like they got that old saying, man, that person, they was born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Being born into wealth. You can't even imagine that. And that shows you that everybody's life is predestinated because you don't control how you're born. A person don't control if they're born into wealth or not. You don't control being born poor. You know, you got certain Jakes, man, they being born in crack houses. That's effed up, man. But that's the curse, you know? But in the kingdom, it's the exact opposite, man. And it tells you how the heathens, they're going to be bearing our sons and daughters on their shoulders. Meaning what? They're going to be carrying our sons and daughters on their backs. You know? Meaning our sons and daughters, they're going to be on those litters. They're called litters or palanquins. Basically, it's like a walking throne. It's like you watch that movie 300, where all those men that were carrying Xerxes, you know, on that pyramid or whatever, but it was a throne. And it's gonna be like that in the kingdom, except, hey, with us, we're gonna be super exaggerated with it, man. You know? Just your entrance to your house, you don't gotta walk to your house, man. You're being carried up to your house. You know? You got stairs and stuff like that, man. Hey, we're gonna be all far out with it, man. Okay? Weird out.
verse 7, back in Deuteronomy 28:7. It said, the Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. And the Lord shall command.
Yeah, but see, it's not going to be war in the kingdom. You know, it tells you how nations should not rise up against nation. Because after World War III, we're going to burn all their weapons up. We're going to use our spiritual power and we're going to get rid of all their weapons, man. We're going to burn them all up. But it's going to be rebellions while they're serving us. That's why it's written, the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. So it's still going to be certain people amongst these nations like, man, look at these Israelites, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of working for them. You know? I'm sick of them. I'm sick of these damn Israelites. Man, let's do something. And really, hey, we're going to be putting that spirit on them too to make them do it, because you're going to want to have fun in the kingdom, man. You don't feel like breaking them up. You're going to want them to rebel and think they have a chance just to put that thing down. You know, so they're going to be smitten before our face, man. All right, go ahead out.
Verse 8, the Lord Yahweh Shema shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouse and in all that thou settest thy hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord Yahweh Shema thy power giveth thee.
Yeah. So blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. What you got saved up, your goods. You know, which we ain't gonna have no damn paper money in the kingdom. Once again, real riches, real wealth. Like brother had read earlier, how we gonna be eating of the old store. You know, which as much emphasis we put on it, man, it's gonna be way greater when it come to pass. Go ahead out.
And then if I can make the point, it said, bless, all that thou settest thy hand unto. Because on this side, Jacob tried different business ventures and it failed, man. Jacob lose. But in the kingdom, just like you have the Edomites that's in control of different resources, in control of these big corporations, that's how it's gonna be for the Israel, especially the elite. All right, the elect of Israel, man, those 144,000, they're gonna be controlled in these big businesses, man, because all the nations gonna want frankincense, all the nations gonna want different resources. But guess who's gonna be in control, man? The nation of Israel and different brothers gonna be over different businesses, man. Bringing in their wealth, man. So everything that we set our hands to do, every business venture that we set our hands to do is gonna be prosperous, man. Not like on this side, where it's it ain't even a 50-50 chance, man. Like a 10-90% chance, man.
Yeah. Man. The ability to control trade. Hey, man, that's power. That's ultimate power, and that's what Esau wants. Which really he has it already. But see, right now the nations, they're fighting against him. That's why I say it's how in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the other nations or the workers shall be upon him. Because everybody working for this devil, and it's not fair. Everybody's suffering, man. And that's why when Esau's put out the earth, everybody gonna be happy. Because Esau ain't fair about a damn thing, man. Not even to his own people. Go ahead.
Verse 9, the Lord Yahweh Shema shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, and he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh Shema thy power, and walk in his ways.
Which the Lord knew, going back to the ancient world, that we wasn't going to be able to do this. He knew that we wasn't going to be able to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments perfectly. Because it wouldn't say if. It wouldn't say that. So he knew that we were going to go off. He knew that ultimately Israel would, pretty much deviate from what he had commanded them. So it was written, for it to happen, but see, for the Lord to flip it in the end, and for us to ultimately keep it in the end. Because it really, it basically glorifies the Lord's story. It wouldn't have been too great if the Lord just gave us the kingdom in the beginning. So he had to play out this way so he could be more glorified in the end. All right? And just like the brother had read in Isaiah, in righteousness shalt thou be established. So the Lord's going to make us a holy people unto himself, man. And what does the word holy go into? To be separate. For the Lord to separate us from among the other nations. If we're above them, we're not equal with them. We're not on the same plateau, the same level. We above you, man. And you're going to see that, especially Esau. All right, go ahead.
Verse 10. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, and they shall be afraid of thee.
Yeah, because we're the only people that the Lord actually put his name upon. You know, Yahweh. You know, this my people. He put his name on us. That's big, man. You know. Now you have the tribe of Judah. The Heavenly Father's name is in their name. You know, because Judah in Hebrew is Yahweh Da, which Da, that's short for the water, which means thanks or praise. You know, Yahweh, it means Yahweh thanks or Yahweh praise. You know, that's why Leah, she said, now will I praise the Lord, because the Lord had given me another son. All right, so the Lord's name is in Judah, but see, on another level, on a spiritual level, the Lord actually put his name on all Israel, on all the tribes. That's why he said, by him doing this for us, by him giving us these blessings and redeeming us from these heathens, he's not doing it for our sakes. He's doing it so we don't pollute his name. You know, and it all goes back to that covenant or the promise that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because he said he would never forsake their seed. He got to keep his promise, man. Otherwise, he'd be a liar. And that's why he said, how should my name be polluted? He put his name on us, man. You see what Jake doing. That's why the Lord got to kill 2/3. Because the Lord said, how shall his name be polluted? You know, like you said, they're being disobedient. So, first and foremost, the elect are going to get all these things, man. For obedience. And that's a big thing. That's a big thing. All right? And going back to what this nigga Dick Gregory said. Dick Gregory, really, and he was watching us, beginning with the apostles. But El Pastor Ariamla did a response to him. Because Dick Gregory, he was like, you know, well, why would the Lord tell Israel, you know, to put the door or put the blood on the doorpost when they was in Egypt, you know, if he didn't know they was up in there already. He knew they was up in there, you know, going back to the death angel that will pass over Israel. The Lord commanded Israel to do that, to be obedient. Of course, he knew that they was up in those houses, but he said put the blood on the doorpost so he could pass over you to see if you be obedient, you know, but also that blood ultimately in this time represents Yahweh Shai. All right, but it was for them to be obedient. All right, the Lord knew that, but see, that's why the Lord killed Dig. That nigga said Dig Gregory. You know, the Lord took his ass out. All right, and see, now he ain't thinking that way, man. Now he knows the truth too. All right, go ahead.
All right, verse 11. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, and the land which the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai swear unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open up unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto the land in his season, and to bless all the work of thy hand, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow.
Man, that's a powerful thing, man. I can't wait for that. Because see, right now, Jake borrowing like hell, man. Hey, you look at Jake, man. They celebrating these pagan holidays. Jake went broke. You know, getting loans to buy presents for people and stuff, man. Jake is in debt behind Christmas. Jake in debt behind every so-called holiday. They celebrating in the Esau system. All right? But see, in the kingdom of heaven, it ain't going to be that way. First of all, you're not going to be celebrating this madness. All right? And secondly, we're going to be in control of everything, man. So people, they're going to borrow from us, showing what? They're in servitude. They're slaves. That's why it tells you in Proverbs how the borrower is servant to the lender. You know, somebody give you a loan, you owe them back. You know, so they're going to owe us. They're going to be in debt. That happened in ancient Egypt. You know, dealing with the people because they wanted food. You know, they basically pretty much became slaves to Pharaoh and Joseph. You know, go ahead out.
Verse 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath.
Yeah, that's why it says there are first that shall be last, and there are last that shall be first. You know, this is about to happen, man. Hey, trading places. You know, that's what's about to happen. Go ahead.
If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them.
Yeah, because see, on this side, Jake just want a good job. In the kingdom, you're not going to be working for nobody, man. You know? And yeah, there's going to be trade. You know, and we're going to control the resources. And brothers, they can even own businesses if they want to. But see, in the kingdom, we're not going to be working for nobody, man. That's the difference. Yeah. Hey, Dick Gregory, he was set up, you know. But yeah, we're just making that point, man. That's why the Lord took him out with his old ass, you know. Go ahead.
All right, this is in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, verse 16. Because like the elder brother was getting into how the Lord knew we was going to go off, man. You know, that's why he put those stipulations in there. What would happen if we did go off, man, which was curses, which we are living out now, man. You know, but what's going to make it, all right, well, we're going to be able to receive, you know, these blessings, man. That's this new covenant, man. You know, this is Ezekiel 11 and 16. Therefore say, thus said the Lord power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, which is going into the curses, Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Yeah, this is what the Lord said in Isaiah chapter 19, how he would set altars in Egypt, which is America. Those altars are these different camps, which they're in America, but they're also all around the planet Earth. You know, those little sanctuaries. You know, what is a sanctuary? A sacred place, basically a temple. Okay, a sanctuary is a temple, a place of worship and sacrifice. You know, so, and that's the elect right now. You know what I'm saying?
The camps you see, that's the beginning of the Lord getting ready to pour these blessings out, man. Those camps that you see of some sincere brothers, starting with the apostles and elders of GMS, all right, which started with their elders and their teachers. All right, what you see today, the sincere Akim out there pushing the word is the beginning of the Lord finna get ready to pour down these blessings, man. And that's how you gotta think of it, man. All right, that's what's gonna keep you stable in the times that we finna come into, because it's finna get rough, man. The scripture say through great tribulation we're gonna enter into the kingdom, enter into the blessings and promises, man.
Yeah, you know? Man. It was like the lesson you had did. You know, lesson we had did, looking past Babylon. You gotta look past this place. And I had made a point yesterday. I had made a point that it's one or two things you could do. You know, you either can start over, or you can continue with Esau's system on the route it's heading. And the reason why I said start over, see, I didn't mean that for like the average person. I'm talking about for brothers in this truth. See, really, in this truth, you're starting all the way over. Because see, this society is about to collapse. It's about to break down. So you can't take none of this with you, man. Really, we gonna have to leave all this stuff. So in the spirit, you got to start all the way over. So you looking at your house or wherever you stay, or apartment or whatever. You looking at the type of job you have, and even the woman you got, if she ain't right, type of car you drive, that stuff ain't going with us, man. You know, really, you just better hope that you make it up out of here at the end of the day. Okay. So that's you starting all the way over, man, because when this thing goes down, really in the spirit, you need to have already let it go anyway. That's why if you had that spirit, you won't be messed up when you lose it, man. Because going back to that famous saying by Gerald Salente, when people have nothing more to lose, they lose it. Well, see, we already lost everything. So we don't have nothing to lose. And see, that's what they call a crazy person. A guy that really, Esau, he's really scared to kill. Because you can't make that person afraid of you. That's why Esau wants to, destroy a lot of Israelites. Because he wants that fear, man. You know, he wants to see that fear in Jake. You know, but see, really, we have nothing to fear, man. And we already gave everything up. So you can't take nothing from us, man. And that's a blessing too, man. This truth is the one thing Esau can't take away from us, man. You know? But see, you brothers, man, you need to have already unplugged from this society, man. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 17. Therefore say, thus said the Lord power, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel.
Yeah, hey, you know what? And the Lord, he's definitely gonna do this, man. He's definitely gonna do it. If he wasn't gonna do it, why does he have that written in so many other scriptures, man? Him gathering us together. And it's Matthew 24, man. Dealing with the elect being gathered together by Yahweh Shai and the angels. That's what that's going into, actually. And it's going to be a worldwide phenomenon. This has never happened in world history before. Okay? So he's going to gather us together, first from America, but from all places where we've been scattered. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 18.
And that's the beginning of the blessings, too. Go ahead.
And they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abomination thereof from thence, and I will give them one heart, and I will put.
And that's the new covenant. Mm-hmm. Hey, this spirit, man. I got to start reading that more, man. Because the same thing is reiterated in Ezekiel 36. Mm-hmm. Hey, so what about that for you Christians out there? You read that again?
Back in Ezekiel 11 and 19. And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you.
Woo!
And I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and will give them an heart of flesh.
Basically, a heart that's going to be obedient. Mm. That's why the Lord said, "Oh, that a heart were in this people." Going back to what he told Moses, because he saw how rebellious and stiff-necked Israel were in the wilderness. But see, the balance to it, he made us that way. This is why it says how the creature was made subject to vanity. Really, he programmed us to go off. So you can see this in the end, man. And you'll know the true servants of the Lord. Okay?
Verse 20. It said that they may walk in my statutes and keep my ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power.
And that proves that the Lord has to program us to do that. Mm-hmm. Because really, it's a cycle of sin. That's what they talk about when they mention the book of Judges. It's a cycle of sin. Mm-hmm. First, Israel, they worship Yahweh Shai. Then they envy the other nations. They start worshiping idols. Okay? Then the Lord puts them in captivity by those same nations that they envy. Then what happens? Israel, they cry for a savior or a judge. The Lord send that savior or that judge to deliver them. Then Israel, they're worshiping Yahweh Shai again. This is their last time, man. This is their last time of that cycle of sin. Because see, after this time, we're going to be perfect. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
And then like make the
point. You got it.
That's why I say, it said, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power. He said that at the end of the promises, man. Mm-hmm. So that new covenant is going to confirm, all right, the promise, man, because we're going to be programmed to be perfect, man. So obedience to the Lord, like I said, the Lord not going to lie. For our perfect obedience, He's going to shower down all those blessings, man. The benefits of being obedient, man. It said, verse 21, but as for them whose heart walketh after the heart of their detestable things and their abomination, I will recompense their weight upon their own head, said the Lord power.
And that's 2/3 of our people. Mm-hmm. So they're going down this side, but see, after the Lord whooped their ass this last time, they're going to come back in the kingdom. Mm-hmm.
They're going to have those hearts of flesh.
Yep, and they're going to have the hearts of flesh too.
This is Isaiah.
And I also see that goes into how the Lord says how His commandments or His law shall be as frontlets upon our head, and as a signet upon our arm. That's what that's going into, man. But guys want to compare that to the mark of the beast. That's not what it's talking about. That's talking about the laws, statutes, and commandments being put inside of us, man. That's what that's talking about. And the mark of the beast is that RFID chip. And you guys, man, you don't have any critical thinking skills, man. and you can't read in context.
Nah.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 59:1. And I'm bringing this out, because you have our people, especially those black country niggas, they always trying to find a way all right, to help our people. You know, they always trying to come up with some corner way, you know, to bring our people together. And we need to do this and do that. All right, but no one wants to try obedience to Yahweh by Shema Shai. You see, and that's the way, man. And we're gonna go into why you've been separated from why we've been separated from our power. This is Isaiah 59:1. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. But your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you that he will not hear.
Yep. Yeah, so the Lord, he's the solution, man. You know, stop seeking to find another way. It ain't no other way. It tells you that in St. John chapter 10. All right? And if you looking to find another way, you a thief and you a robber. It's only one way. It's the straight gate. Yahweh Shai. You know? He's the only way. He's the only way we're about to make it up out of here. Yahweh Shai. Go ahead out.
In fact, since you get them, since you scroll them, get it, bro. It's St. John 10:9. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
Yeah. So, you know, you got these different false pastors, man. These false prophets, false teachers. They're thieves and robbers, man. Case in point, Bishop Nathaniel of the IUIC, he's a thief and a robber. The Commanding General Yohana of the ICPK, a thief and a robber. Rakab GOCC, a thief and a robber. Zabak, a thief and a robber. Okay? All you different cats, man. Because you want to find another way. You ain't going through the door. That's why you look at these various camps, they make little to no mention of Yahweh Shai. Because see, it's all about them. Hey, it's like Yahweh Shai said, you know, he that speaks his own name, roughly paraphrasing, seeks his own glory. You know, they don't say the name Yahweh Shai. They always talking about themselves, man. Yeah, that's right, bro. They're self-willed, doing their own thing, man. Having not the spirit, but we got the spirit over here, man. All right, go ahead.
It's on St. John 14:6. Yahweh Shai said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
Yeah. So if you don't have Yahweh Shai, you don't got the truth. And see, that's really our base and really our whole building, man. Okay? When you look at the brothers, you know, this whole thing, hey, because it tells you, unless the Lord builds a house, they labor in vain that build it. The Lord didn't build these other groups. You know? It was just like you made the point about what it say in 2nd Ezra. You know, about the Lord's plant. You know, with great labor have you made it perfect. Great work. The Lord did that with the elect. Which we say great millstone, but Abaratazah, Father will, we're part of the elect. You know? That's what it's all about. You know? You know, hey, nothing but a bunch of demons. Hey, but you know what? Hey, that's fine, you know? Because Satan got to show up. You know what I'm saying? That's just more proof that we got the truth, man. Because y'all don't say that to IUIC.
No.
All right? Go ahead up.
All right. Is read it again. It says St. John 14:6. Yahweh Shai said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man coming unto the Father but by me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. You got
I just want to make the point. All right, Yahweh Shai made it possible for us to receive those blessings, man, because we was cast away, man. You know, but through Yahweh Shai, all right, being that sacrifice, now we're open back up to those blessings and those promises, man. You know, so Yahweh Shai bridged that gap, man, because that's why I say you were Gentiles, you know, aliens and strangers to the commonwealth of Israel. Those promises was the main commonwealth of Israel. That's what the ancient prophet was always looking forward to, man. You know, but through Yahweh Shai, we have been brought back, man, to the commonwealth, man. You know, and that's what we look forward to.
That's right, man. That's why it says also in Ephesians to make of himself of twain one new man. So making peace. And that's why the Lord, he's called Shiloh in Genesis 49. Because the word Shiloh in the Hebrew is Shayalah, which means peace or tranquility. Yahweh Shai, he brought peace between the Most High and Israel. And like you had mentioned, he's the reason why we're about to get these promises, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Hey, he's the mediator of the new covenant. You know? He's the mediator of the new covenant, man. Just like we're dealing with the first covenant. Moses was the mediator of the old covenant or the first covenant. But Yahweh Shai, he's the mediator of the new. You know, but it tells you how he has more honor and glory than Moses, man. Because this is his house. Like, this is his people. You know? Moses was leading Israel, but this is the actual people of Yahweh Shai, man. All right? You got these scripts on common board?
All right, this is the brother GMS North Carolina 24. It's Proverbs 13 and 18. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instruction, but he that regard reproof shall be honored.
Yeah. So that's 2/3 of our people, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to experience poverty and shame, which means what? They're not going to go right into the kingdom. Okay? They got to die on the side, man, for being niggas. Because here it is, you got the chance to get it, man, but all you do is scoff. Coming on the comment board, we seeing it now. You know? Men and women just come on here scoffing. But that's cool because you just being marked. You marking yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead out.
This is Edomite's destruction. This is Numbers 23 and 19. The Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent.
God.
Have he said and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken and shall not he make it good?
Yeah, because see, Jay don't look at this like reality, man.
Mm-hmm.
Esau's kingdom is reality. We living in it. This thing was promised to Esau. You look at America, you look at NATO and the EU, Esau's world system, his world banking system, that was promised to Esau. That's how he has the fatness of the earth, and he got it by way of his military, by way of the sword, you know? So the Lord gave it to Esau. How much more us, man? Because every kingdom got spoken to existence. They was all prophesied about, and they all happened, man.
Mm-hmm.
You reading Daniel chapter 2, Daniel chapter 7. So how much more our kingdom, man? Like you said, the ancient prophets, they was looking forward to this, man.
Mm-hmm. What the scripture say, will not the Most High avenge his own elect?
Mm-hmm.
You know? This is
right.
Edomite's destruction again. And it's Hebrews 6 and 18, that by two immutable things in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie.
Yeah, so in immutable or immutability, it goes to something that's unchanged.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't change it, man. All right? So it's impossible for the Most High to lie. If he promised this to us, it's a guarantee, man. You know? So we're reading this, man. So you got to picture this, man. Have a vision. You know? You got to see it, man. This is your future. You're going to have everything that we had spoke about in this lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, out.
It says, in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie. We might have a strong consolation who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us.
Yeah. Because see, the refuge are the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
The secret place of the Most High. We're basically resting here. We're waiting here until it physically manifests. You know? That's why it tells you how the knowledge of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Basically manifest into the kingdom. It's going to physically manifest. First comes the knowledge, you know, and then the Lord's going to make it reality, man. Just like the elder brother of war, I always say, the brother, you know, the head brother of our camp, everything is crazy until it's real. You know? That's how people look at it, man. It's crazy until it happens. And that's how it's going to be with our kingdom, man. That's why the Lord's going to have it to where our streets are going to be paved with gold. As if it were transparent glass. All right? That's why you're going to have millions of slaves. And you're going to have millions of children. That's why it's going to be like that, man. Because this the Lord showing his power on the earth, man, through his people. Brother had something else.
This is GMS North Carolina 24, Psalm 9 and 18. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever.
And if that ain't Israel, we're the poor right now. And that's why you got that parable of the rich man and Lazarus. Who's the rich man? Esau. In particular, the elite bankers. Who's Lazarus? Jacob. Israel. You know, because in the Hebrew, Lazarus Well, it goes back to the English word Eliezer, but in the Hebrew it's Eliezer, which means God helps, or he whom God has helped. Who's the Most High gonna help? The Lord is gonna help Israel, and that's all throughout the Bible. You know, the Lord says how he's gonna help us. You know, and that's why he sent Yahushua to help us. You know, go ahead.
This is from the brother GMS, one Padah, one Ray, one Nasion, Revelation 22:3. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and the Lamb shall be in it.
Who's under the curses? But it's going to be no more curse in our kingdom. So that applies to Israel. But guess what? For you other nations, it tells you Deuteronomy 30:7. All these curses are going to come upon them now. The Lord shall put all these curses upon our enemies. Okay? But for us, it's going to be no more curse. Go ahead.
But the throne of the Most High and the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him.
Yeah, the tabernacle of the Most High is going to be with men. The Israelite men.
This is my destruction, Hebrew 13:14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
Right. So meaning this is not your rest. Yep. Good scriptures, Akim. About it. You have any closing?
Yeah. Okay. One more. Well, two more. All right. This is Hebrews 8 and start at 6. It said, but now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant.
A better covenant. Why? Because we're not going to break this one.
And it says, which was established upon better promises.
Right. Because see, it's one thing, man, when Jake is doing something by themselves, but it's another thing when they're doing it with the Lord with them. All right? When the Lord is with us, man, hey, it's no stopping Israel. All right? And that's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. And that's why, by way of Yahushua, he was the only way out of the curses, man. He was the only way out. That's why we put emphasis on Yahushua. Because no other man can redeem us from these curses. Like you read in Deuteronomy 28, verse 68 in particular, which is the last curse. How the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And it told you that no man shall buy you. Meaning no man shall redeem you. So if no ordinary man can redeem us, who can redeem us? Yahushua. More proof of the Messiah. All right? More proof. Yahushua, he's the only one that can redeem us from these curses. Okay? By way of this new covenant. Go ahead out.
Verse 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Right, and you can just substitute that word covenant with a contract or agreement, because that's all it is, man. And the Lord said how he was married unto us, but what happened? We had broke that marriage contract. You know, so what did he do? He gave us a bill of divorce. He separated from us, but he had to renew the contract. He had to make a new marriage contract. And he did that by way of his son. Okay? Go ahead out.
Verse 9. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, said the Lord.
Yeah. Hey, the proof of that, like I mentioned earlier, just read the book of Judges. You read the book of Judges, it told you there was no king of Israel in those days. But every man did that which was right in his own eyes. Basically, Jake had that do as thou wilt spirit when you read in the book of Judges. That's why it was so much wickedness, man. That's why you had, Benjaminites doing what they did. When you read towards the latter end of the book, all type of stuff. Hey, read the book of Judges. Okay, that's why Israel was going off like that, man. And they constantly needed a judge or a savior. Why? Because we're in these corruptible bodies. And during the time of Moses, the laws were physically wrote down on tables of stone. So that's why it says, not according to the covenant that he made with our fathers. He's not going to have the new covenant written on tables of stone and put in the Ark of the Covenant. You know, so what's the difference?
It says, "For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts."
Right. So instead of writing them on tables of stone or stone tablets, instead of writing them on parchments, putting the laws on scrolls, you the scroll. Okay. He gonna write it on you, on your mind. Okay. You know, so hey, we're gonna be a living testament, so to speak, man. Go ahead, bro.
And it says, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me from the least to the greatest.
Like I said earlier in Isaiah, for thy people shall be all righteous. That's it right there. That's it. And so all Israel shall be saved. So ultimately, this is the blessing for obedience. Us being changed, man. It begins with that new covenant. That's the ultimate promise. That's the promise right there, man. That's the promise. Hey, and Yahushua, he even made the point about Abraham. He said, thy father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. He was talking about when he was born as Isaac, you know. But we know that Isaac is Yahushua, because see, when he came as himself, man, he made everything plain. All right. Basically, everything was fulfilled when he came as himself. You know. Pretty much, when you think about every reincarnation he had, when he finally came as himself, that's when he did it all, man. All those other past reincarnations was a glimpse of what he would do as himself, man. Okay. Hey, the Lord even made a statement: a greater than Solomon is here, and Jay get tripped over that, man. You know that King Solomon was the wisest man on planet Earth, but the Lord didn't die for us when he came as King Solomon. He died for us when he came as himself, man. Yahushua. He is the deliverer. He is salvation. Okay. And that's how we have this right here, man. You know, so we're going to have the laws, statutes, and commandments downloaded in our minds, which makes us perfect. Okay. Hey, the brother read it. All thy children shall be taught of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and great shall be the peace of thy sons and daughters. Okay. Go ahead.
This is verse 12. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more.
Right. Starting on this side. Really on this side. Because see, in the kingdom, we're not going to sin. We're not going to go off in the kingdom. So he's not going to remember what we did on this side. He's going to forget everything we did on this side. All Jake wickedness. You look at what Jake doing. Jake committing adultery right now. You know, that they eating chitlins. You know, ribs, pork ribs. Jay doing all type of wickedness, man. But see, the Lord, he said he's going to forget all that, man. Jay being homosexuals, women being lesbians. You know, hey, the Lord going to forget all that in the kingdom, man. Because in the kingdom, Israel, beginning with the elect, are going to be changed. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And that he saith, a new covenant he hath made the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
Right, which is that old covenant. All right.
One more. All right, this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable.
Yeah. Beloved brethren. Yeah, that sounds like some water. Okay. Going for a minute. Yeah. Beloved brethren, hey, the beloved or the beloved, that represents the house of David, the elect, okay? Because that's what David means, or in the Hebrew, Dawadah, it means beloved, So the beloved brethren are the elect, you brothers, all right? If you continue in his word, go ahead.
Be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Right. So you're not doing this for nothing. Okay. It tells you in the book of Sirach how the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated, meaning in vain. You're not doing this in vain. You know, it tells you in Psalms chapter 37 how you shall inherit the earth. You're going to inherit the earth, which goes to the blessings for obedience. You know?
And, Brother GMS North Carolina put a definition of obedience. It says the act or practice of obeying, dutiful or submissive compliance, the act or practice of obeying, dutiful or submissive compliance, the collective group of persons submitting to this authority.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what you see with the elect, submitting to the authority of Yahweh by Shemal Shai, man. You know, he put the spirit on us to do so. To be obedient, man. You know, so those that return to obedience, all right, will be the first to inherit those promises, and the rest of the nation will come back through those men, man. But it starts with obedience, man. All right.
Yep. That's it. Well, with that, we hope you brothers were edified. You know, it's been another marathon show. Hey, this is how the spirit be, man. Really, you know, the sum of it all was in Leviticus 26, but you know, the spirit, you know, did what it does. All right. It's like the wind. So with that, we hope you brothers were edified, you know, with the water for tuning in, man. Tomorrow is our New Year's Eve of destruction. Lord will, we have some shows tomorrow, you know, but ultimately, amen, all brothers gonna be putting up them prayers and curses. You need to be putting them up. You need to put them up, man. This is why it tells you, give him no rest. You know, you putting up these prayers, the Palalium, as well as the curses on this place, man. Hey, that's giving the Lord no rest. So he can bring the end quicker. You know? You know, with that, we want to say Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushua. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahushua. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahushua. Bahasham. Rakah. Kudash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone, still rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.